Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm sure you're watching this episode right now because you have already reached out your third year here in Canada as a permanent resident, which means that you are now eligible to apply for the Canadian Citizenship Application. Congratulations! But before you proceed with your application, I'm sure there are so many important things that you need to know and understand in order for you to successfully submit your Canadian Citizenship Application. So, if you want me to help you understand the step-by-step guide in applying for Canadian citizenship, then make sure to watch until the end of this video. So first, let's find out what benefits does being a Canadian citizen offer. First is the right to vote in elections for municipal, provincial, federal political offices. Second is the ability to run for office at any level of government. Third is the right to work certain jobs. Some careers are limited or give priority to Canadian citizens, like applying for federal jobs. Next is the ability to hold a dual Canadian citizenship depending on your home country's policy on dual citizenship. And one of my favorite is you can own a Canadian passport, which requires fewer renewals than a permanent resident card. So what are the requirements for Canadian citizenship? In order to be considered for Canadian citizenship, there are a number of criteria you must meet, such as you must have a permanent resident status regardless of your age. You must have been physically present in Canada for 3 out of the last 5 years. You need to have been in Canada for at least 1,095 days, which is the equivalent of 3 years. The pro tip, you can use the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada's Physical Presence Calculator in order to determine whether or not you have fulfilled this requirement. You may need to file taxes in Canada for at least 3 years during the 5 years before the date you apply. Next is to provide proof that you can both speak and understand either English or French. If you are between ages 18 and 54, you have to submit proof of language proficiency. In my case, I've only submitted my IELTS result that was also used during my PR application. Next is you should not have a criminal history that prohibits the granting of citizenship, or you are not on paroles or serving a prison sentence outside of Canada. And last but not the least, you must submit a formal application to IRCC and pay a government processing fee and right-of citizenship fee. So, what are the steps to becoming a Canadian citizen? Once you have determined that you are eligible to apply for citizenship, there are 4 general steps to becoming a Canadian citizen. First is to obtain an appropriate citizenship application form. There are 2 ways to submit your application form, which is first is the online application. This is quite a new process. However, this is only applicable if you're submitting an individual application. This is not applicable for families right now. And the next one is the paper application. Since we're a family of 3, we have to submit a paper application package, meaning I have printed all the copies of the required documents and sent it to IRCC via post mail. Make sure to put all applications in the same envelope, otherwise RCC will process your applications separately. So if you are over 18 years of age, you will need to fill out the application for Canadian citizenship. Adult form, you can access this form online and it comes with a number of requirements for your applications depending on your specific case. And if you're applying for a child who is younger than 18 years old, you must use a different application form. So it's an application form for the minors. It's a separate application form must be filled for each child you are applying on behalf of. And second is you should pay your application fees. For adults 18 years old above, it's $630 Canadian dollars, and for minors, which is under 18 years old below, this is 100 Canadian dollars. Make sure that the fee receipt is also included once you submitted your application package. Next is to complete the appropriate application package and submit it. You may either complete your application for Canadian citizenship on paper, printing out the forms and attaching any other required documents, or online if eligible. Along with your completed application, you will also have to submit any required application fees, photographs, and photocopies of required documents. After filling out your application, either submit it online or by mail through the IRCC. So if the application is missing any information, IRCC will definitely return your document package to you. So you have to make sure that you carefully carefully check all your documents before sending it via mail to lessen the stress and hassle. So once everything is completed, IRCC will send you an acknowledgement of receipt or AOR. So once you receive it, you may create an online citizenship application tracker so you can monitor the progress of your application. Next is you take a citizenship test or interview. This one, I haven't really experienced it yet because our application is still on the process, but I would love to share you my personal experiences once we reach that stage. Adult applicants will be scheduled for a citizenship test or interview. This exam will ensure you have a basic understanding of Canada's government, the responsibilities and privileges of citizenship, its history, geography, industry, and voting procedures. This will also gauge your proficiency in either French or English. Pro tip, you can order a copy of Discover Canada book via IRCC. I will add the link from the description box below. Once it is determined that you meet all the requirements of becoming a Canadian citizen, you will receive a notice informing you and your family where your ceremony will take place. So you can take an oath of citizenship and receive your certificate of your citizenship. So right now, because it's pandemic, most of the oath takes place online, and hopefully in our case this year, if it happens, we will be able to be in person to be able to receive it. But nevertheless, whatever medium they will be using, it's gonna be a great privilege to be a Canadian citizen. To be honest, at first you will find it tedious. Me personally, I find it a bit heavy because from my own experience, I have to really photocopy all the documents. Like for example, with the passport pages. So we're 3 in the family. Can you imagine 3 passports? All these pages you have to photocopy. But nevertheless, after a month, I was able to finish everything and complete all the documents. I hope I was able to help and answer your questions somehow about the process for the Canadian Citizenship Application. If you like this video or this episode, please give this video a thumbs up. For those who are new, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell notification button to get updated of my latest episodes. Maraming salamat po, and kita-kits dito tayo sa Canada. Bye-bye!